What's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in. Today I want to give you 7 tips for better speed shooting. Although before I get into what the actual tips are, I do want to talk for just a second about what this video isn't. Uh, what I mean to say is this is not a how-to video. I'm not going to stand here and tell you that in order to shoot speed effectively, you have to shoot tubes and high style, and this is how you do it. It does happen to be the case that I shoot tubes and high style, but that's irrelevant here. Like, for you to do your best speed shooting, you really have to shoot whatever works for you. So this is just some sort of general tips for how you get better at whatever works for you. I may at some point in the future do some videos for how to tubes, high style, speed shoot, whatever, but that's not what this is. So let's just get right into it now. Number one, tip number one, know your goal. And when I say that, what I mean is like, why do you want to speed shoot? What is it that you want to get out of it? I'm not asking you to set a speed goal, 10 cans in 25 seconds or whatever. I mean, really think about what it is that you want out of speed shooting. And I'm serious. I want you to like pause this video and take a second to think about it and then come back. Okay, I'm going to assume that you actually did that and that you have an idea in your mind of what it is that you want to get out of speed shooting. So, here's some examples just that I can think of. Maybe you just want to sort of, you know, get better at every aspect of the hobby, right? Just be a complete master of the slingshot. Cool. That seems like a good enough reason. Maybe you just want to be a little bit better than your buddy, a little bit faster than your buddy. Personally think that's a fantastic reason. That's my reason. So if you said that, you and me, we got something going on. Uh, there are multiple other perfectly fine reasons. But if you said to yourself, I've got a tournament coming up, and I'm going to have to shoot at cans, and I've got 1 minute to hit 10 of them, if that's your goal, this video might not be for you. It might be for you. There might be some tips later on in the video that we'll get to that might help you. But before we do that, I seriously want you to just shut this video off. I'm going to put a link in the description below to a video that Jordan Smothers of Smo Slings did a few weeks ago. The crux of which is basically like, if you just need to get 10 shots off in a minute or hit 10 targets in a minute, you can probably do that with your normal setup. If you have accuracy, right? You can probably get 10 off, hit all 10, and you're good. So go watch that video, internalize that video, think about that video, and then come back. Okay, tip number 2. And this is probably the most important one that we're going to cover in this entire video. Tip number 2 is don't try to shoot fast. If you are trying to shoot fast, you will make mistakes. You will fumble, you will drop ammo, like all kinds of bad things will happen. Speed does not come from trying to achieve speed. Speed comes from comfort, it comes from practice, it comes from instinct. Maybe even more than all of those, it comes from calm. Just a place of zen almost, where you can just repeat the same action over and over and over at a pace that will eventually achieve speed, but each one of those is not necessarily fast. So let's do just a little I'm going to show you, is what I'm trying to say, what I mean. This is my actual normal speed shooting pace. Okay, I missed those last two, but whatever, it's not important. I don't know how long that took. I'm guessing around 10 seconds. I think that was 5 shots. That's a pretty standard round for me. I don't think I looked like I was trying to shoot fast. I was just trying to do the same thing over and over again. Don't try to shoot fast. Tip number 3, palm your ammo. A lot of people will have, kind of like what I have here, a magnet on their belt, or maybe a friend holding a box, or with a box on their head, I don't know. And they will reach down and grab and load and go and reach down and grab and load and go. And look, that doesn't add very much time. It really doesn't. I mean, fractions of a second for each shot. But even if it's a quarter of a second, if you take 20 shots, if you can get 20 off in a minute, that's 5 seconds total. That adds up. So palm your ammo. Now, I will put another link into the description of this video for a separate video that I did in the past about palming ammo, how to do so, and how to speed load that ammo. Go check that one out. I'm not going to get too deep into it this time. But palm your ammo. Which brings us to number 4. Tip number 4, minimize movement. Any kind of movement. Every single move that you make takes time, and that time adds up. There go some of my cans. It's kind of a breezy day. I'll set them back up later. So, for instance, you'll see again, and I'll do this demo again, but when I pull back, let go, I try not to reach too far with either hand. I kind of come in, load another one, go. Come in, load another one, go. I mean, it's basically this each time. Well, I'm going all the way out there, but this each time. I'm not reaching out to get another ammo. I'm not reaching down to reset myself. It's just minimizing movement, like so. Like that. Minimize movement. That was tip number 4. Okay, tip number 5. And this is the one that is maybe a little bit controversial, because remember earlier when I said if all you're trying to do is get 10 cans in a minute, don't redo your setup, just do what you normally do. Just get comfortable with doing it on a cadence. This is the opposite of that. This is rethink your setup. Tip number 5, rethink your setup. And what I mean by that is there is no one right setup. I've told you, I shoot tubes. I do it high style. You can see that I have basically a floating anchor that's short draw. That's just what works for me. But there may be places that you can find speed improvements in your setup. And just as an example, you might be a full butterfly shooter for target shooting. And that's great, except that going from here to here takes time, every single time. You also may not, but you may benefit from just bringing it in a little bit, right? Conversely, for target shooting, I am a short draw shooter. I have a face anchor right here, but I am meticulous about getting that anchor just exactly where I want it. I'll sit there and I'll dig my thumb into my cheek until I find exactly the spot that I want. That takes time. So, just rethink it. Just try different things. That's really all I'm trying to say, is just try different things. Here's another example. You may be a shooter that, pinches like this on the side of your finger. And that's fine. But try shooting with the pads of your finger, or try shooting with your index finger, or just whatever it is that can get you that split second while you're loading to be ready to shoot. There's all kinds of possibilities. I don't have all the answers. I certainly don't have the answers for you. I can't possibly have the answers for you. But play with it. Just consider rethinking your setup. Okay. Number 6. Number 6. Load by feel. I'm going to do another demo here in a second. I know I've already done a couple, but what I want you to keep a close eye on is my eyes. Where am I looking? I'm not looking down at the pouch, loading another one, looking back up at the target, and then trying to aim. My eyes never leave the target because every time your eyes leave the target, then you have to reacquire that target in order to shoot at it. And target reacquisition takes time. So if you can learn to load by feel and never take your eyes off the target, it will go faster. Again, here's another demo. Pay attention to where my eyes are. I ran out of cans there, so I just shot at the at the sheet. But eyes up all the time, loading by feel. Right? Okay. Number 7, the final tip. Practice, practice, practice. That's really all there is to it. Every single day if you can, as many times a day as you can. Just get out there and practice, practice, practice. Practice is what will breed comfort. The first time you try something new, it's going to be awkward. You're going to have to think about, putting your hands where you want, putting your arms where you want. The more you practice, the more that just becomes second nature, almost instinct, and it will become faster. Now, the good news here is that because it's speed shooting, the practice goes faster. I mean, target shooting, I can shoot 1 to 200 a day in the entire day because I'm taking a whole lot of time for each one to set up, get everything right, release. When I'm practicing target shooting, I mean, hundreds. You can do hundreds a day. You can shoot 100 in a few minutes and then go back inside and take your next meeting or whatever it is that you do with your day. So, good news is it goes fast, but you must practice. Okay, at this point, I'm going to go reset up those cans. I'll probably fast forward through this bit, and we're going to do a little bit more shooting. Be right back. Okay, I got 10 cans set up, and I'm going to do a little bit more shooting. Before I do, I just want to say this again. If you've watched any of my YouTube videos before, you know that when it comes to shooting demos, I do it once. I want you to see, what it really looks like when somebody steps up here, when I step up here anyway. Frankly, what I really want is to put that pressure on myself. I'm mostly doing these videos to help me learn and get better, and having the pressure of one take means, that's what I'm going to get in a tournament, for instance, right? So I've done this. This is, well, in this particular instance, this is actually the second time today that I've done it for this video. The first time that I did it, I accidentally had it in portrait mode the entire time, so I've got a whole video just like this one in portrait mode. That one actually does include what I think was kind of a funny ending to the shooting, so I may actually just include that at the end of this video. But in full disclosure, this is the second time I've done this today. Um, and with that, yeah, this may be great. It may suck. I really have no idea, but here goes. Okay, so that was 10 cans, I think 14 shots. I think I missed 4 in there, so I'll probably put a timer up somewhere, probably over here actually, um, just to see what I did because I really don't know, but I bet it was less than a minute. Anyway, that's it. 7 tips. Thanks for watching. Bye, y'all. No wonder I missed those last couple. Of course that's gonna happen when I'm trying to do it for video. But it is what it is, that happens. I hope this video has been useful. Thanks for watching, y'all.